That stands out from this first commissioning was the fact that I thought that the San Jack was by far the biggest ship or anything else I'd ever seen. At 660 feet long and 120 feet high, it cut an impressive figure, to be sure. But next to this ship, it really cannot compare. Almost twice as long, with a 4.5-acre landing field, a tower that exceeds up to 20 stories above the waterline, and a feature that a few of my granddaughters in particular would really like. That's right, on board this carrier there are mind-boggling 1,400 telephones. For all of the special enhancements this carrier has received, however, for all of the state-of-the-art technology and the safety, the environmental features, the most important element will finally be added today in the form of the men and women who will serve aboard this floating naval air station. To those who are sitting out there where I was 65 years ago, preparing to serve aboard your new ship, I wish I was sitting right out there with you, ready to start the adventures of my naval aviation career all over. I don't know if I could have handled the jets we fly today, but as you prepare to man this ship, I do know that you take with you the hopes and the dreams of every American who cherishes freedom and peace. And you take with you the undying respect and admiration of the entire Bush family. In just a few moments, I will take part in helping to set the first watch for CVN-77. And from that moment on, until this ship is officially retired many, many years from now, you will form an unbroken line of patriots protecting this special piece of American territory. As someone who has stood that watch and remembers the quiet solitude of that experience, I know you will find comfort and inspiration, particularly in the night sky, for it is basking in the splendor of the stars that you will truly understand the majesty of creation and bear witness to the certain hand of God. Make no mistake, the work aboard this ship will be routinely difficult and sometimes dangerous, but the freedom we seek and the peace we desire can only be found in the countless sacrifices you will make and everyday tasks you will perform. So thank you for your service. Good luck to each and every one of you, and may God bless the men and women who sail in CVN-77. Now I will turn this over to Captain Roth, the Executive Officer. How about the Command Master Chief? I'll turn it over to you.
The officer of the deck is the commanding officer's direct representative, and while on watch is responsible for the safety and smooth operation of the ship and her crew. We are honored at this historic moment in our ship's life to have our namesake to assist in setting our first watch. In setting that watch, he will pass the officer of the deck's traditional symbol of authority, a long glass, to our first officer of the deck, Lieutenant Commander George Brickhouse. Lieutenant Commander Brickhouse will assume the first watch, assisted by our Sailor of the Year, Petty Officer First Class Richard Quinn, our Junior Sailor of the Year, Petty Officer Second Class Ilpa Patel, and our Blue Jacket of the Year, Petty Officer Third Class Walter Mims.
Set the watch. On deck, Section 1.
Now what happens?
Sir, the watch is set.
Carry on.
Left.
Captain, the watch is set.
Very well. Mr. President, thank you for assisting us in this important part of the ceremony. The watch you just set will remain on duty for the life of our ship. We proudly stand our nation's watch. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have as our ship's sponsor, Mrs. Doro Bush Cook. Doro is the daughter of our ship's namesake. Doro, will you please join me and give the order to bring the ship to life?
Ship's company, Captain Hood.
I am the proud sponsor of the USS George HW Bush, named for my father, who has long maintained that there can be no definition of a successful life that does not include service to others. Each sailor aboard this ship and every other that wears the uniform of our nation is the embodiment of what my father was talking about. You make us all so very proud. The commissioning of the USS George HW Bush will help America build on the foundation of global leadership with principle laid by our 41st President. And as a proud sister, I will also note that this ship and its crew will help promote the universal cause of freedom that our 43rd President has championed with unflinching devotion. My fondest wish for all of you from this day forward is that the crew of the USS George HW Bush will be blessed with fair winds and following seas, or in the words of your namesake and so many other naval aviators, that you always find the conditions for your operations to be ceiling and visibility unlimited. Please know that you will never be far from my thoughts and prayers. And now, officers and crew of the USS George H.W. Bush, man our ship and bring her to life.